The Benedetti Asphalt Recycler utilizes our patented exclusive recycled hot emulsified asphalt treatment or reheat technology. This piece of equipment requires 2 to 3 city employees to operate and runs just 10 feet behind the Benedetti Asphalt Preheater. The Asphalt Recycler is a custom-built unit. It's easy to operate and maintain and will provide years of service if city workers follow some simple safety and maintenance guidelines. This DVD is not an exhaustive guide to the recycler operation, but will act as a key part of the Benedetti training program, a training program that will save city jobs and millions of taxpayer dollars every year. First, let's start with daily startup procedures. It's important that you check engine oil on the dipstick. Also, check the gear oil level. Both are critical lubrication checks. Then check the battery connections and fluid level if necessary. Checking the coolant level in the radiator should be part of your morning pre-start procedures. Check the hydraulic oil level on the sight gauge, and finally check the propane level atop the tank. It's important that you bleed the air tank for moisture. Also make sure at least 4 fire extinguishers are on board the recycler. Make sure they are charged and within reach of the operators. Next, grease all fittings on the recycler, including the pump drive and the blower. Give the unit a complete overall visual inspection. Check the outer skirting around the furnace boxes. Now let's go over the asphalt recycler startup procedures. Before starting the CAT engine, disengage the hydraulic pump drive. Turn the key to accessory and wait 15 seconds until the indicator lights go off. Then start the engine by turning the key. Let the machine idle for 5 minutes prior to engaging the hydraulic pump. Next, turn on master power switch to the rear panels. You can then close the 2-inch gas line valve. Turn propane tank on by turning the control to pilot. Push the red button down and then press the igniter button that is mounted next to the vaporizer while holding the red button. After the pilot lights, you can then press the button on the igniter box again to turn off automatic igniter. After 60 seconds from the start, release the red button. Then turn the control knob to the on position. At this point, the burner tips will light. If not, turn the control knob to the off position and wait 60 seconds and start again. Now it is time to turn all green dials to the high position. Then very slowly open the 2-inch ball valve. Opening this valve too fast can cause damage to the regulators. Next, idle the recycler up to 1500 RPM. Go to the back of the machine and light the burner on the asphalt plant. Using your torch, light the burner on the asphalt plant by putting the flame in front of the plant burner assembly and slowly opening the valve. You can then lift the screed 1 to 2 feet off the ground and light your screed burners. Stick the torch in the hole of the screed burner. Repeat this for each of the 4 burners on the screed. Let the screed burners heat for no more than 20 minutes, and then you can turn off all screed burners. Now for the procedure for lighting the furnaces. Pull the recycling machine into place with the rear of the furnace at the beginning of the pass. Lower the machine so that the center mill is about 4 inches off the ground. Turn on burners number 1 and 2. Press the igniter button for no more than 5 seconds. If the furnace does not light, immediately turn off switches. Wait at least 60 seconds and try again. After the furnace is lit, check your gauge to see how many ounces your furnace is set at. Startup should be no more than 5 ounces. Now it's time to light burners 3 and 4. Do it in the same manner as you lit burners 1 and 2. Now it's time to go over the recycler's operating procedures. Use the wheel lift levers to lift the center mill off the ground. After the furnaces are lit, the Benedetti Asphalt Recycler should slowly pull forward about 100 feet. After lifting your center mill off the ground, turn the center mill switch on your recycler control panel to the on position. Now visually make sure the center mill is turning. If the center mill is not turning, then turn the switch to the off position and look inside the center mill to see if cold material is preventing it from turning. If cold material is stopping the center mill, then disengage the hydraulics, heat up the cold material with your torch. After removing the cold asphalt, Then you can once again engage the hydraulics and turn the center mill switch back to the on position. Next, turn on the extension blades. Pull the levers located on the side of the machine mounted above the center mill. You can then line up the recycler behind the preheater, keeping a distance of 5 to 10 feet between two machines. Now let's go over recycling procedures. After 2 to 3 minutes, the asphalt should warm up enough to process. Pull the recycling machine forward until the rear blades are at your starting point. Then you can lower the blades into the asphalt. Pull forward until the rear of the center mill is at the beginning of the pass. Now stop the machine. Lift your blades. Next, lower the center mill gradually into the asphalt. Then lower your blades back into the asphalt as well. Slowly pull forward as you make your adjustments for your depth. Use the gauges inside of your rear wheels to adjust your depth. The depth should be 2 to 3 inches, but no more than 3 inches, because this could overload the plant and cause damage to the machine at startup. After the center mill has cut 3 or 4 feet, turn the plant on slowly by turning the knob located next to the extension blade levers. After the plant is turned on, turn on your rejuvenator control mounted on the front of the rejuvenator tank. Here's an important warning. Never turn on the rejuvenator without asphalt in the plant. If the rejuvenator is turned on without asphalt in the plant, there could be a potential fire hazard. Next, adjust the flow level of the rejuvenator in accordance with the road conditions. When the rear of the plant reaches the starting point, slowly speed the plant up to process the asphalt based on the road conditions. Do not overspeed the plant. This will slow down your recycling process. Continue to pull forward until the front of your screed reaches the start of your pass. Now lower the screed to the ground and snap the lever into float position by pushing it all the way back. Next, turn on the rear screed augers and make necessary adjustments on the screed controls to get even asphalt placement across the front of the screed. Now let's go over the asphalt recycling shutdown procedures. When the front of your furnace reaches the end of the road, turn off all 4 burner switches. Now continue moving forward slowly until the extension blades reach the end of the pass. Raise the blades all the way up. Have city employees shovel excess material into the center mill while the machine is slowly moving forward. Once the center mill reaches the end of the pass, stop the machine. Turn off the rejuvenator and turn off the asphalt plant burner. You can then lift the blades 3 to 4 inches out of the cut. Decrease the screed controls by 3 to 4 turns. Then slowly proceed forward until the screed reaches the end of the pass. Next, pick up your screed and lift the center mill all the way up. Proceed to a safe parking spot and turn off the asphalt recycling propane tank. The shutdown procedure continues by turning off all vaporizers. The center mill and extension blades must be sprayed down with diesel fuel while they are still warm. You can then bleed all the propane out of the system and lower the center mill onto wooden blocks. This prevents damage to streets and parking lots. Lower screed and snap screed lever into float position. Idle your machine down. Let the engine idle for 3 to 5 minutes to cool. Turn switch in the off position and shut down the engine. Then turn off the master power switch. Now let's talk about weekly maintenance for your asphalt recycler. Check your engine air filters. If the filter gauge is in the red, you must change the filters. Next, check the hydraulic filter gauges. This must be done with the machine running and the hydraulics engaged. Check and inspect all hydraulic pumps, motors, and hoses for leaks and abrasions or any signs of wear. Check and inspect all tires as well as all gas lines on the upper deck and furnace decks. Check the burner tips inside the all-gas vaporizers. Inspect the steering cylinders and brake lines. Also part of the weekly maintenance, check and inspect the center mill for missing teeth and asphalt buildup. Inspect the extension blades for buildup of asphalt and wear. Also check and inspect the asphalt plant for any residual asphalt buildup. If you have any excessive buildup on the blades, center mill, or plant, use an air chisel to eliminate this asphalt. Finally, check and fill the automatic greaser. Hourly maintenance performed every 250 hours on the recycler, including checking and cleaning and/or replacing your oil, air, and fuel filters. Checking the oil level in the front drive axle. Checking all hydraulic and engine hoses. Check and clean the filter on the water tank. Also check the belts on the blower. And finally, after every 500 hours of use, check and/or change the hydraulic filters. Following these simple operating and maintenance procedures will allow your custom-built Benedetti Reheat Asphalt Recycler to operate safely and efficiently for thousands of hours with very low maintenance costs. If you have any questions, simply contact the Benedetti Customer Service Team at area code 440-439-3420.